Hello, everyone. Welcome back to our AAF coverage. This is Helmet to Helmet, and my name is Mason.
And this is Ian.
Today, we're going to be breaking down some of the scores that happened this past week. It was week 2 for the AAF. An okay week, unless you're an Atlanta fan or a Memphis fan.
There's always got to be those teams.
Let's get right into it. First game was Birmingham and Salt Lake, and last week you and I kind of had a conversation about which team was better. Talking about you took Salt Lake, I took Birmingham.
Yeah.
And Birmingham scraped out a really close win, 12-9, in part thanks to Salt Lake City's inability to make field goals towards the end.
I would have to say, at least this was a close debate. And I don't think the answer is here yet, because I'm sure they'll play again eventually, but it was a close game, so I like that.
It was a close game, but Birmingham won, so I'm taking it as a win. Okay.
Yeah.
Salt Lake looks really good, especially for an 0-2 team. I was a little surprised when I checked. They're 0-2, but they've lost to two of the best teams in the league so far.
Yeah, but they're not playing poorly. They're in positions to win, or at least they have points on the board.
Yeah.
So it's like you're doing your best, and I think eventually they'll start winning when they go against these lesser teams.
They were never out of the game against Arizona, and they were never out of this game against Birmingham.
They come up short, though, but
It's a really good team.
they're not looking bad.
Yeah, Luis Perez, only 12 points. He did not look as good as a lot of NFL scouts were projecting him to look, or at least with all the buzz that he's been getting.
Week 2, and you after week 1, you can't necessarily keep up that performance because it was the very first week. But it's okay for someone to have one off game.
I agree. Just with all of the hype that I've been seeing around this guy about how he may be going to the NFL, up to 8 different NFL scouts are looking at him. I expect a little more than 12 points.
I say that we just need to hold on a second before we say any of these guys are NFL ready again, because this is only the second week. Let's wait until you get about week 4, and then you'll be like, this person's consistent. Because at this level, you want someone that's consistent that can fill up a backup role. These aren't starters.
Consistency is the key word there. That's one of the most important parts of being an NFL player, is being able to consistently, week in and week out, cause havoc.
Especially at the quarterback position.
Oh, without a doubt. The next game, another close one. Week 1, we didn't have many close games. This week, a lot of them were close. I want to say all of them, except for our Atlanta Legends, they were all within at least one score. Arizona beat Memphis by 2. It was 20-18. Hotshots remain perfect on the season, and we're the first team in AAF history to win on the road.
Yeah, that's impressive. I mean, this league has been around for 2 weeks now, and you're already setting even more records. But it just shows that this team is better than what they can be better or good anywhere.
Yeah, I was a little surprised to see Memphis still in this. Their defense is good. Their defense is good.
I still think they're one of the worst teams out there.
They are. They are. Christian Hackenberg is holding this entire team back.
Yeah.
And his inability to play at a consistent level, we were talking about consistency, at a consistent level is killing them right now.
He's not he's a better quarterback than I am, but he's not necessarily good.
Going on to Sunday's game, those darned Orlando Apollos were down by 12 against the San Antonio Commanders, came back and won 37-29. I'm starting to have a dislike for the Apollos. I think it's because they beat our Legends in week 1.
Is that our rival team now?
I feel like that's our rival team right now. It's Atlanta and Orlando. Those are it's not going to be Birmingham. No one, forget about Birmingham. Garrett Gilbert, I want to say his name is, almost had 400 yards. First 300-yard passer in AAF history. Had 393.
Yeah, and he leads the whole league ever since its inception with 620 yards right now.
He looks really, really good. He's the quarterback prospect I would be looking at if I was an NFL team.
But I'm not sure if it's him necessarily being a good quarterback or how good Spurrier is at coaching.
It's both. I mean,
it's both. So
Tom Brady and Bill Belichick, of course, that's high standards, but it's both.
So I guess it shows that he's coachable. Which is a good quality.
He's putting in pinpoint passes, which looks really nice. Especially the one that always sticks in my mind was week 1 against the Legends. The first touchdown, he just threw it there between 2 defenders in the end zone.
Also the one that he caught.
Oof.
Yeah.
Finally, to get to our Atlanta Legends, who put up the first touchdown in Legends history. Give them a round of applause.
I don't even want to clap for him.
Lost 24-12. It was It was an abysmal showing. Matt Sims, I don't get it.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
I still don't understand that week 1 decision.
The entire preseason, you're grooming Aaron Murray to be your starting quarterback. This is your guy. He was one of the best quarterbacks in the SEC when he was in college, and now you're bringing out Matt Sims. It doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah, I don't really understand it, especially when Matt Sims already has 3 picks and only 1 touchdown to show for it. That's not good,
It's not.
especially in only 2 weeks of football.
They need Aaron Murray in there now, especially since they have a week 3 home game, which is going to be vital for them to win if they want any kind of contention. It's only a 10-week season.
But it is against Birmingham. Yeah.
Okay.
I think that this is a league where I think that you should have, on multiple drives, just kind of say, you know what? You're going in at quarterback now. Well, let's change up the offense and have multiple offenses and just confuse them, because why not?
I don't even think you need that. You need to have a consistent starter because Aaron Murray, he can't be worse than Matt Sims. Knock on wood.
Yeah.
But he can't be worse, right? Matt Sims is like just atrocious.
Unless Matt Sims is just doing something in practice or getting paid only $1 to be on the team, I really don't understand why he's still starting. Never been a fan, but
I don't either. But that brings us to our AAF Power Rankings, sponsored by no one yet. But if you want to sponsor, yeah, if you want to sponsor, please feel free to contact us. YouTube comments, direct message, anything, please. Anyways, Ian and I both have a power rankings, and we agree on the top 4. We both have the Apollos as number 1. They're lighting up the league. Their offense looks
great coaching,
incredible.
everything.
The Iron at 2. They beat one really bad team, but one really good team in the Stallions, even though the record doesn't show it. The Hot Shot at 3, because those are the 3 undefeated teams right now, and the Hot Shots still look pretty good. And then the Fleet at 4 at 1-1. This is where we start to differ, though. Once we hit 5, you have the Commanders at 1-1, which is fair.
It's fair. There's only 2 weeks of football.
Yeah.
Not much
Yeah.
to look at.
I have an undefeated team, or a winless team. I'm sorry, other way around.
Defeated team.
Defeated. I have a winless team ahead of a team at 1-1, which is the Salt Lake City Stallions. I think they've matched up against 2 of the best 3 teams in the league. I think they've kept it. It's been 1-score games both times. They've looked really good. I think they've just had really crappy luck so far.
Yeah, but I don't know why, but I, for whatever reason, want to factor luck into my rankings because that will come down to when you games. And sadly, I don't think they have any luck. And it's not that they're bad; they just haven't had any luck, like you said. But I believe the Commanders are a superior team.
Fair enough. And I have the Commanders at 6, so they're just ahead of the other 2 undefeated. Or I keep saying undefeated.
It's defeated.
Yeah,
Just get
the 2
un-
defeateds.
Or you could say twice. The
Of course.
undefeated.
You have actually at 6 someone else though.
Yes, the Atlanta Cahoos. I mean, Legends. I really just put them there because I want them to be good. This isn't necessarily factual. I want them to be good. I want a good Atlanta football team.
Yeah, I think we all do. The Falcons are looking some better, and we'll get into that more in our NFL podcast that you should all definitely go listen to. We're breaking down the draft coverage right now. # shameless plug. I have the Legends at 7 because their defense looks bad. Their offense with Matt Sims looks bad. Their special teams looks average at best.
Whoa. Special teams at least in the top 3 teams.
Their special teams is top 8 right now.
Wow, really? Man,
Out of
that's
8.
impressive.
I have them there mainly because I don't want to put them last. I'll be completely honest. I want Atlanta to not be dead last right now. And since Memphis still looks totally atrocious, I have them at 8.
I'm glad we agree on that one too. So really, what we're trying to say is the top 4, that's pretty much who it is. You can mix the next 3 around, and then Express is the worst. So sorry if you're an Express fan.
And it doesn't even look like it's going to get better for the Express as it goes on, as long as they have Christian Hackenberg.
No, especially when next week they're going against Orlando.
Oh, no.
That will be a fun showing for defense for Orlando. A lot of people are going to get pick sixes. I can
That-
see it now.
I mean, a defensive-led team can take you places. We saw that with Joe Flacco and the Ravens a few years ago, a while ago.
Different league, man. Still football.
But at least Joe Flacco was good during that run. Christian Hackenberg, do you know the other quarterbacks on the Express roster?
Well, I'd hope a wide receiver could play if they needed him.
They need something. They look absolutely atrocious. What are the week 3 games, Ian? What are we looking at?
Games we've got is Arizona at Salt Lake,
Ooh,
Memphis at Orlando, Birmingham at Atlanta, and then San Antonio at San Diego.
that's going to be really good. A good slate. I'm excited to see Salt Lake at home and see if they can eke out a win.
I feel like this is going to be another fun week of football, and this isn't necessarily the football like NFL level yet because it's just a baby and we're just starting it. But I have fun watching it. It's the level of competition feels about the same everywhere, and you're not. There really hasn't been a blowout despite week one. It feels like a fun league, and I'm happy to watch it now.
I've been having a conversation with one of my good friends who actually talking about like the difference in leagues. He doesn't like the rule that or not even a rule. He doesn't like that you can see the head official when you're going in a review. He thinks that's going to add controversy, and I didn't agree with that. I think it's a good rule. I like it in place. I just want to know what your thoughts on it were.
I'm fine with the head official being part of there too, because at the end of the day, I'm pretty sure he gets to make the call. They don't have any New York like the call goes to New York to make the call. It's his game, and I guess it's really just like it would be in any other sport level. Despite NFL's, the head official says, and that's what sticks.
Yeah, and you're able to see exactly what replay is seeing. You're able to hear the call. And I think that's only going to help with the controversy because it's less of, oh, you just hate my team.
Yeah.
You're seeing the process.
You hear them say what they're thinking, and then they're saying, wait, no, play that back again. Let me see that. No, he had possession. And then you're like, okay, I can see what they're seeing and not be mad about it. And you can still be mad about it, but you can at least know what their thought process was.
Exactly. And I heard a rumor the other day that the AAF is just so the NFL can test some of its league ideas and some rules they may want to implement in the future. This is kind of like a test run. And if so, I like a lot of these.
I don't have a problem with that.
I'm excited to see what the league does. All right. Week 3 will be coming out next week. Until then, drop a like, subscribe, and leave a comment. Tell us who you're rooting for and who you think's gonna win next week. I'm Mason,
And this is Ian.
and this is Helmet to Helmet AAF edition.